soccer and football and clubs. They're all in full swing. Not to mention, why is it dark at 6 now? Everything's out of whack, and sometimes you just need an easy recipe for those school night dinners. And here with one idea is Tinky Weisblat, the diva of deliciousness herself. Hey, Tinky. Oh, and take a bow, Donna.
Well, you introduced me. I know, and it's going to be dark at 5 in 2 weeks.
Don't say that.
I'm not happy.
There are two things I can't talk about at work: politics and the fact that it'll be dark at 5 soon.
Okay, we'll skip over it.
Okay, thank you.
So this recipe comes from a lady who lived down the street from me when I was a little girl, Helen Gibbons, no longer with us because she was very old then. And I loved it because we used to call her Auntie Hell. And in my family, we weren't allowed to say the word hell very much.
So that was your excuse.
So
you used her. You vicariously got to curse.
It's so exciting to see Auntie Hell, yes. So, and it's very easy, and it's very delicious, and it's very adaptable. For example, you will see in the recipe online that I said 4 ounces of mushrooms, but I happen to love mushrooms, so I just put in the whole 10 ounces.
It does smell very nice. Is there a butter in there?
There's a little bit of butter that we're sauteing our mushrooms in. Will you cut for me my leeks? So again, adaptable. The recipe said onion, but then I had my leeks from my farm share. And you don't have to cut them too tiny. I promise they'll be fine.
Thank you, because that was actually what I was worrying about.
Yeah, so we're going to add, I'm going to put in the garlic while you're doing the leeks. I'll try to avoid the knife.
What kind of things do you usually see leeks in, Tinky?
Oh, they're wonderful in soups and stews.
You're
and
right. Yeah,
they are related to an onion. They're just, and they're wonderful at this time of year. They're a little hard. The reason that they're cut open in the middle is that they can be a little tricky to clean because, like most vegetables, they grow in the ground. So when you get them out, sometimes you look and you're like, how did the dirt get all the way in the middle?
Yeah, wedged in there.
But it does.
You say the same thing with your kids. You're like, how did you get dirt on the inside of your shoe?
It happens. Okay.
So is that enough?
I think that's enough.
Okay, cool.
So we're going to take our leek.
Oh,
whoops.
That one. Okay, there you go.
Okay, and our garlic. We're going to saute those briefly. You can just keep chopping, and we'll add more later if we want. Okay. Because they're so delicious. Again, you can have as much as you like.
You seem like a big leek person.
I love them. I have a wonderful, I don't know if I ever made it. Maybe I'll make it another time. A leek, and it's kind of a cockaliki. Cockaliki soup. Have you never heard of cockaliki soup?
I've never heard of cockaliki soup.
It was chickeny with leeks.
Oh, got
like cock-a-doodle-doo.
Yeah,
anyway, so when we get this kind of added in and done, the next thing we add, and I made it a little faster. Now, usually I just put the uncooked ground beef in, but I already cooked the ground beef just to make it faster.
So this is just old hamburger meat.
This is good hamburger meat. Okay. Okay, you do want good hamburger meat. Because if you're cooking it in the same pan, which I prefer because it's much easier, then if it's not good hamburger meat, it's going to render all this fat that you don't need. So, and this is from my local general store, and they have wonderful hamburger meat. So we kind of mix that in, and when that heats up, we add some chicken stock. We want to kind of cover the meat somewhat. That looks like almost enough. And we add a can of ripe olives. Now, Danny doesn't like olives.
I suffer from it every day, but it usually excites somebody at the table with me because they get all my olives.
There you go. It makes people happy that you don't like them.
I've turned it into a plus.
Little salt.
Tinky, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
If you wanted to go a little healthier, could you use ground turkey meat?
You could. You might need more, I'm going to put those in anyway. More other flavors like the, this is the cutest thing you ever saw.
That is very cute.
This is my new pepper blender. I love it. Can you see the little
There's a little jack-o'-lantern, yeah.
Anyway, and it grinds beautiful pepper. So I like the freshly ground pepper. So what we do is, that really wasn't very difficult, right? So we let that come to a boil, which it's not going to do because we're on TV. It'll do it later. And then we boil it down for 20 minutes, half an hour, until it is almost dry.
And then
we have it looking like this. I probably should, here.
Let's serve it up for everyone.
Well, wait a minute, we do something else. We add sour cream. That's what makes it a stroganoff. Would you like to do the honors?
Yes.
Just dollop some sour cream in here.
Just dollop it in there?
Several dollops.
Okay.
You're going to use about half of that sour cream.
Oh, okay. We're going for this. This is going generous.
This is a rich, delicious Russian thing.
Oh, I'm Russian. That's exciting.
There you go. you know, we all cook with. And then it's going to be just delish. So what you want to do is you mix that in and heat it up, but you don't want to boil the sour cream. And you could also use Greek yogurt, speaking of things being a little healthier.
Okay, now Tinky, should we show everyone the finished product in the next segment? We got to wrap.
We could do that. Sure. I'm just going to tell you that we're going to add some dill, and that's it. Okay. Traditionally, you would add, what's that thing? Paprika. But this is Auntie Hal's innovation.
Well, you don't want to mess with Auntie Hal.
No, we don't mess with Auntie Hal.
All right, thank you, Tinky. We'll be back with more in her in a little bit. We'll check on the stroganoff you can make